So hello, welcome to new Let's Play. We're going to be playing some of the Fire Rises. It's a mod that I've been meaning to get to for a little bit. I think people were talking about this like back at last November, maybe December. Anyways, we're going to be playing as the United States of America. We're going to be going down the American People's Liberation Army because I got like 53% of the vote when we put a little poll up to see which country we should play. So I'm kind of ready to go. Country summary. The United States of America is described by many as the land of opportunity, wealth, and freedom. A nation that believes no challenge is too great, no mountain too tall, and no risk too discouraging. After the end of the Cold War, America believed that it would find itself as the single most powerful nation on Earth. However, it would face many challenges, most of which we're unprepared for. Whether it be the resurgence of old and new enemies, or unrest within its own borders, America wasn't going to experience the peaceful century that it had hoped for. Instead, it was facing a new world that had begun to increasingly turn against her as time went on. Combined with the increasingly polarized population and murmurs of a new virus in Wuhan, America must truly stand united, as far as Gerald Stanley Lee once said. America's a tune, and it must be sung together. Tips and tricks, it's inevitable. Tips and tricks, it's inevitable. Fantastic. Very, very, very good. So we're not going to look up really the economy system or unit rebalances because that is not, well, I mean, we'll do the economy, obviously. We're not going to read all of that right now. So we are currently in NATO, currently led by Donald Trump because it's January 1st, 2020. So we're like 3 months until COVID strikes in earnest. We got political division minus 50% stability, minus political power. We got the Trump economy. We got America first. The political establishment, constitutional protections, low illegal immigration, we are the world police, and we've got the Second Amendment. So wait, what's our penalty? Plus 1.16. So we're going to be only getting 0.16 once we're actually taking a focus. Because the Second Amendment, moderate regulations, and political divisions are not really helping us right now. Not too much. So currently, we got the GOP, 42%. Democrats are at 40%. And I think that seems fine. We have currently 60 divisions. What is the unit? Is it still 24? Well, some of them are 24. So put you here. I think something like this, because the other generals, the sound effects are so loud. Let's turn down effect volume, please. I don't know why they've made it so incredibly loud. Okay. Your second stream. Well, welcome. So, we have David Berger, followed up by Paul Nakasone. And for our field marshal, we'll go with James Mattis. I think that seems okay. Going Democratic Socialism. I'm not too sure exactly what path we will go. I think we'll probably go to whatever path is the funniest. And I'm not too sure which one that is quite yet. But we'll see as we kind of get closer. We got some research slots. What do we want? Thermal optics. Well, what do we have for industry? Because I'm assuming this is going to be similar to, the Kaiserreich Civil War, which will probably inherit all the technologies that the main country had when the country breaks apart. I don't know if that's actually true or not. But we'll go for research speed. I think that seems okay. We'll go for radar. And I believe the American Civil War is going to happen after the election, so like in January. So we got like about a year to kind of get ready. We'll go centralized. We'll go for construction one. Okay, now the volume is like too quiet. We'll find like a happy medium there. Next up, no template for basic man portable air defense system. Let's not worry about that right now. Consumer goods is 125. Current expected to use 36.1% of our factories. Mass consumerism, 40%. American capitalism, minus 3%. So we don't have that many factories to actually play with. However, we can, I'm assuming, just build stuff in California. That kind of gives a bonus there. So you know what? Let's just build, in Los Angeles. We'll build some stuff in like San Diego. And I think we'll be happy with that. Oh no, now it says 249. Never mind. We have way more factories than I thought. Just build factories all along California. It's our economic powerhouse, and it shall remain our economic powerhouse as we go into the future. We have so many factories. We have our dockyards. Okay, there's actually a lot of stuff we need to kind of get started with here. Of course, all of this is not going to be worth anything once the war actually begins. Sure, we'll build some 2020 submarine hulls. You're not sure. Why not even build a 2024 destroyers? I mean, that sounds good. We'll build some carriers. Let's build some... we don't have any... Why do we want to... We don't want to build like 2000 era stuff. I don't think that seems to make a bunch of sense. I think this seems fine. We're not going to worry about it too much. Again, we're not going to be playing as the US as we go into the future anyways. What are we missing? Aircraft. Minus 30... Okay, no. Minus 3.52 for multi... yeah, we'll build more planes. I think it seems okay. Actually, if we wait 1 second, this should give us a better list. So we want a improved multi-war airframe. Agility plus 10%. Sure, why not? We'll build like 10 of you. And then you also want unmanned combat aerial vehicles. We built some drones. Where are drones? They don't have a main armament. Well, we'll just throw like a... Yeah, let's throw a cruise missile on that shit. There we go. We have no experience to spend. Okay, well, I mean, fair enough. Is there a drone that we can actually build? No, because again, we don't have air experience right now. So strategic bombers is... Which one of you? Basic large airframe. I'm guessing it's you? Build like 5 of them. I think that seems okay. Attack helicopters and... what was the other one? Attack helicopters as well as attack aircraft. I would assume the aircraft are going to be attacking. That's kind of like their main job. Multi-form, large airframe, multi-role. Which one of these are attack aircraft? Maybe you? I mean, you're basic. I don't know. We'll build some of these guys as well. We're not going to worry about it too much. Aside from that, let's get some trains going, because hell yeah. Follow that up with some... Are they in here, maybe? No. What do we... You know what, actually, we'll just, like, pump out more tanks. Just pump out more of everything. I think that seems okay. At least right now. You think, as far as you're concerned, is one of the... Fire Rise is one of the best mods? I'm glad to hear it. I mean, I think people have been talking a lot about it. I don't know what these two are even worrying about. Outdated equipment. They're really getting me. Why would you even start me off with upgraded equipment? I don't understand. Wait, so what are these that are unupdated? M16A4. Okay, so the ones that are kind of like this red here. So you are artillery. I'm guessing it's going to be improved artillery, replace you. Basic, we'll probably go with the improved. Again, I don't know why you would start me off with the worst stuff. Just so I have to click all these buttons. Go with mechanized. Wait, this is Modern Gen 2 mechanized. Yeah, that's what we want. There we go. That looks good. Decisions available. Capitol Hill. According to the Constitution of the United States, it is paramount that we support, we get support in Congress through the 2 houses, being the House of Representatives and the Senate. Total House support is 197 over 435. And total support Senate is 51 out of 100. So we don't control the House, unfortunately. We do own the Senate, but not the House. Sure, we'll take the Army and Navy experience. Did I even take it? Yeah, okay, I did take it. Next election is going to be coming up this year. Insufficient resources. We get rubber from Thailand. We will get aluminum from, I think, Australia seems reasonable. And chromium, we'll get that, yeah, sure, from Turkey. Why not? That all sounds fantastic to me. And the American century. America, through the past 100 years, has been considered the most premier power, with the best economy the world has ever seen. A huge, diverse landmass with a multitude of resources and people, and has become the world's premier democratic nation. The last 100 years have proven the United States free range to spread its ideas, with her enemies collapsing at her might. However, the demons of America's past have come to haunt her, ringing through her head louder as the days draw on. The many voices cry for reparations for black Americans who were once in chains through the Deep South, with the liberation coming to them through the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 during the American Civil War. And later in 1865, the 13th Amendment was ratified, abolishing slavery. However, not always right, for they were theoretically free, but the Southerners kept them as slaves in all but name. This was finally ended with the Civil Rights Act of 1964. However, the effects of slavery is still felt, and racial tensions have declined. Racial relations have declined dramatically over the past few decades, leading to constant bouts over whether or not America is founded on the suffering of others or the liberty of individuals. Okay. Across the world, across Earth, across the cradle of humanity, a new decade has arisen. New Year's fireworks are still going off across the globe, and many are still creating their New Year's resolutions. In fact, the United States of America is not doing much of anything different. With every decade, it is a tradition of our nation to overview the situation that we face, whether it be economically, globally, or politically. Economically, the nation has enjoyed relative stability over the past few years. Inflation and prices have been kept at a manageable level, and development has continued as expected across the country. However, much of this economic stability hinges on one crucial factor: oil. The growing dependence on which has become the new gold of the world is vital to maintaining our nation's balance. Should our primary supplier cut off its supply, the United States could quickly find itself in a severe crisis. On the international front, the United States has faced a similar climate of tension in recent years. Disputes and incidents do arise, but they are generally handled through diplomatic channels or strategic interventions, ensuring that these issues remain contained and do not spiral out of control. Despite these challenges, the United States' sphere of influence remains largely stable. However, constant overwatch is needed to maintain our reach. Of the three main problems the United States faces every decade, it is now the political system of grandeur that inhabits the machinations of our nation. That is our biggest issue. With the presidential race in full swing and election night rapidly approaching, political tensions across the country have reached an unnerving level. Political anger is on the rise, and polarization among the citizens have become increasingly alarming. What was once a simple difference in opinion have now led to some individuals to adopt extreme stances, with many even arming themselves over political disagreements. While the challenges the United States faces in the new decade may appear straightforward at a first glance, it is ultimately the outcome of the upcoming election that will decide the course of the nation. The stakes have never been higher, and a decision on the election night will shape the future of the land of the free for many years to come. Okay. Cheers to a new decade and a new era for America, whether it be bright or dim. Now, I'm going to assume that it's not going to be the brightest decade we've ever seen. Okay, we don't care about this too much. Do we have a, Oh, we're already taking a focus. Oh, so actually, this is not that. We are getting 1.16. I thought we would be getting 0.16. I did not know we were already starting with a lovely focus already, which is very good. You should play Russia. I will probably, I mean, if the mod's good, we'll probably play a handful of different countries as, you know, obviously as time goes on. But let's see. So I think, as far as I know, there's not really anything different in the beginning of the Fire Rises. I don't believe, I think it said, you know, in the mod description, basically there's no difference, there's no different history. January 1st, 2020 is the exact same as it was in our timeline. It's just that only now are things going to kind of go a little bit off the rails. Now, I have also heard that some people describe the mod as being a little schizophrenic, I think was what how many people have phrased it. I mean, we'll see how true that holds. Can we get ourselves involved in any of these things? We can, okay. Can I send volunteers to the Taliban? I could, but I'm not going to do that. We sent 8 divisions? Where else is there war? Central Africa, Southern Yemen, Yemen, Somalia, and Libya. Well, let's see if we can send 8 divisions to you. I'm not going to really matter which 8 we take. But it's time that we get involved over here. So we're going to send these volunteers. We're not going to send the air wing. I don't even know they have an airport, so we're not going to worry about that too much. So aside from that, we also have Yemen, which I don't think we really care about one way or another. I mean, we've got the Republic of Yemen, which is backed by Saudi Arabia, the UAE, as well as apparently Sudan is sending volunteers there as well. So I don't think it makes sense for us to want to send any troops there. And then there's also war going on in Central Africa. You're getting supported by Rwanda. You're getting supported by Chad. And again, I don't think we care one way or the other there. Somalia, we could I don't know if we can maybe send troops, but I don't know if there's any side that we want to support. I mean, I guess supporting the federal government against Al-Shabaab would probably be in our interest in Somalia, but we'll send the troops to Afghanistan. We won't worry about anything else too much. We're getting volunteers from France, so maybe we want to... You're getting volunteers from the British. Okay, so there's some shenanigans going on already in Libya. It's like, who do we support then? The British and Germans, Italy and Turkey are supporting the Tripoli government. And France is supporting the... I mean, they're getting supported by Egypt, Iran, and Russia. So, I mean, I would assume he supported the Tripoli government more so. Okay, Second Amendment rally in Richmond. As the Virginia State Senate votes on new firearms regulation, thousands of citizens from across Virginia and neighboring states amassed at Richmond Town Hall to support the Second Amendment. So no matter, it doesn't really seem it doesn't matter which one we choose. So let's just go with hope nobody gets shot, because we do have to go for side against Trump. We got to go with Brandon here, because we side with him. For normalcy, this allows us to play as all these other factions, including the American People's Liberation Army. I don't know why this is locked. Like, if you play as Trump, you can only play as Trump's government. I don't know why they would do it this way, but I'm not too worried one way or the other. Do we send troops? Does that make sense? Or do I not care about Libya in the slightest? They got Wagner mercenaries, Gaddafi's ghost, Arab League member, African Union member. So I mean, you're like the main government. So you know what? Sure, we'll send 7 divisions to support our allies in the region. The game is still very loud. I don't know what exactly is going on there, but we will. We'll go with Smith. We will send you to. We'll send you to Tripoli. Like I mean, I don't know why France is here. I don't know what France's plan is. They're kind of doing their own thing, for better or for worse. Prominent slave trade, war exhaustion, lawless desert. I mean, it seems like what we do. Would we like push our way, try to get our way to these 2 provinces, and then push our way out? Okay, do not zoom in. Do not zoom in at all. Yeah, sure. We'll get Patrick Bateman. We'll send Bateman to. I think Moscow, seems like a reasonable choice. Okay, our volunteers arrived in Afghanistan. Where would I want to send you? Because we own Kabul. I think we can maybe clear out this little pocket and then move our way southwards. Maybe we'll go like 5 and 3. I think seems fairly reasonable. Honestly, California Path is the most unique one because there are 3 flavors of fascism. Yeah, so I don't know who we're gonna play when push comes to shove. Or which faction we'll do. So, State of the Union. State of the Union this year was an interesting one. As usual, President Trump positively taunted his achievements since the last State of the Union speech, and invited many people who he considered to have been affected positively by his policies. Most notably, Juan Guaido, the incumbent president of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. The president was attempted to calm fears. The president also attempted to calm fears towards the rising COVID-19 virus in China by announcing talks with Xi Jinping about containing the virus. Towards the end of the speech, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi tore up his speech right behind him, which saw the eye of the Republicans and received lukewarm reception from the Democrats. However, the speech was mostly received well and shows our people that America is on the up. Okay, so we want to go again. We want to side with Biden here. Expand the CDC. No justice, no peace. Requires mass riots are in effect. Let's go with engage the media. Political power plus 50. We're going to get some more approval rating. Fantastic. We are currently supporting Joe Biden. Let's go, Brandon. I've never really got... I mean, I know it's supposed to sound like, fuck Joe Biden. I feel like you can just say fuck Joe Biden. I never understood the whole Brandon thing, but maybe there's something I'm missing. Healing the nation, the Coronavirus Recovery Act. The United States has been stabilized. Okay, we can't take any of these because we're not stabilized apparently, at least at the moment. Now we do have some unique map modes here. We've got the Arab League, we've got NATO, we've got ASEAN, and then I think diseases probably is going to show up more so when COVID starts kind of coming in. We'll worry about that though a different day. How long has it been? I mean, we really only just got started. We're only in February, so nothing too crazy has occurred yet. And we want to make sure we get rid of the Taliban. I think you guys just kind of move your way through. And, I mean, we should win. How could America possibly lose, right? We will simply just defeat the Taliban. We'll be very, very happy with that result. Move you over here for a little bit of assistance. If we capture this province, these guys will no longer be kind of encircled. Then we can also move around here, kill these 5 divisions as well. Very, very happy to see. The COVID-19 virus. Oh, can I choose these other... okay, I can't choose the other tabs. The World Health Organization, in collaboration with the Communist Party of China, has been closely monitoring the alarming outbreak of the novel virus in the city of Wuhan. The sudden emergence of the virus has raised significant concerns among health experts and global leaders alike, particularly with the return of thousands of Chinese citizens from vacation, which could potentially facilitate the virus's spread to foreign populations. As the situation has escalated, experts have noted the virus appears to be becoming deadlier, exhibiting an increasing mortality rate that has alarmed public health officials worldwide. Reports indicate that the virus is not only highly transmissible, but also shows signs of mutation and enhance its virulence. This concerning trend has led to intensified scrutiny and research efforts aimed at understanding the virus's behavior and its potential impact for global health. Yesterday, the fears of many had harbored were confirmed when the WWII officially declared that the pandemic is no longer a matter of if, but when. This declaration marks a critical turning point in the global response to the outbreak, prompting nations around the world to take urgent action to mitigate the impending crisis. Countries are already counting their numbers of infected citizens, and healthcare systems brace for the influx of patients as cases continue to rise. What mod is this? We are playing the Fire Rises. We can modify our government. You all cost 100. I don't know exactly which of these can we change? Because we can't change you. We don't have any governments that are collaborating with us. Occupied territories, don't worry about that too much. American capitalism, fantastic. We got the Borger. I mean, what are these decisions? Protest the government, humiliate the opposition. Is there is it on the map? Because I can tell you it's not in here. And it's definitely not there either. So I'm not too sure where these decisions are. I think they may be lying to us. The balance of power of it's a balance of power, right. Which is I'm assuming one of these buttons. Donald Trump. There we go. Okay, approval rating right now is low approval. People are not the biggest fans of Joe. Protest the government gets us more support. I mean, yeah, sure. We'll humiliate the opposition. Sounds good. Opposition taking action. We're a little bit behind the 8 ball there, but I think that's fine. At least for the time being. Now, we do have some low supplies. But we're going to be able to push you out. I want to see if we can get our way over to Kandahar as quickly as possible. Unsurprisingly, fighting in the mountains is not the easiest task on Earth. I really thought it would be, but they're proven. Oh, we actually did not save those. We did not save those divisions, unfortunately. I think you guys just kind of go for it. Naval liaison does not really make any sense. We'll go with skirmisher. I think that seems fine. At least for right now. Draw our line up a little bit more. Yeah, so now Sudan is also backing the Tobruk government. I still don't know why France is backing them. I don't know what their what their plan is here. But yeah, unfortunately, the Russian divisions are a little bit more powerful than I would like. Okay, they're actually doing pretty well, all things considered. Which is not exactly where I want to be. I think we can probably put some units here afterwards. And try to push here and get these Afghanistan troops out of there. What path are we going? We're going Socialist California, but I don't know exactly what path within that we're going to go for. The America's first coronavirus case. Today, CDC has announced or received reports from the suburban Seattle hospital with concerning news. America has its first confirmed case of the novel coronavirus, also known as the Wuhan coronavirus or COVID-19. The patient, a 35-year-old American national who visited Wuhan last week, said he never recalled interacting with any visibly sick people while there or during the flight back. And his symptoms did not emerge until several days after returning to the United States. The patient's family have already been placed under quarantine, and efforts are being made to track down those he came in contact with since first returning to the United States. Since the coronavirus seems to be contagious without displaying symptoms, medical experts are worried that dozens of people may have already been exposed without knowing it. Political minus minus 150. We're going to lose to 10% stability. At extremely low COVID-19 cases. Replace the Trump economy with the lockdown economy. Activate its mission statewide coronavirus outbreak. Oregon, Portland, cat slop. Okay. Seems like a problem. So fighting the coronavirus. Okay, so wreaking havoc in our nation. So decisive action needed to flatten the ever-growing curve. Yeah, we must tread carefully. Overreaching measures could shatter both the economy and the people's faith within the administration. Weekly mask gain plus 2,000. Mask supply is currently at 2,000. Coronavirus affected states is 1. What if we just quarantine all of Washington and they can deal with it themselves, right? See, the problem now is that we're kind of broke. We've lost a lot of our factories because we've entered in the lockdown. We'll trade with France, even though we are fighting in Libya. We'll trade still a little bit more with Australia. I think that seems okay. We have another operative. Let's go with let's go with Mr. Bean here, and we'll send you. Or we'll send you to Wuhan. I think that seems okay. I think that seems reasonable. Quarantine your starting areas. Is there like a button we can press to quarantine? Where's the quarantine? Where's Seattle? Can I quarantine just Seattle? State of Washington is a core state here. I can scorch earth it. We can just burn down Seattle. That's an idea. Okay, is there a button maybe in here? Oh, there's actually okay. So there's actually more states. Oh, it's every single state. What? Okay. Have at least 146,000 masks. Have at least 96,000 masks. We only have 2,000. Peace deal with the Taliban nears finalization. For months, we've closely following negotiations between the Taliban and the Afghanistan government to reach a peace agreement. With our troop numbers decreasing and public support dwindling after nearly 2 decades of war, we have finally, we are relieved to announce the U.S. Taliban deal has just been signed in Doha, finally ending our 20-year-long involvement in the region. I'm sure about that. Oh, okay, never mind. Our troops have been pushed back, unfortunately. I think you need to do more of your Trio 4 stuff shows up on the map. Well, I mean, we still got a little bit of time here. And how are we doing here? I think you stop attacking for the time being. I think maybe we just need to be a little bit defensive in Libya. Okay, after 18 long months, the United States Special Representatives Zaleh Khalid and the head of the militant Islamic group, Mullah Abdul Ghana Badar, signed the historic agreement Saturday in Doha, Qatar, where the two sides spent months hashing out the details. Under the agreed-upon terms, the United States is committed to withdrawing all its military forces and supporting civilian personnel, as well as those of its allies, within 7 months. The round process will begin with the U.S. reducing its troop levels to 5,000 in the first 100 days and pulling its forces from 5 bases. Excellent. Peace at last. We love to see it. Jacobins side with Donald if you reject them, which is hilarious to see, and the PSL path is most interesting, I think. Okay. Which one are who are the Jacobins? I think I've seen a lot of people mention in the comments about the Jacobins. But I don't know exactly who they actually are. Okay, volunteer forces on their way back home. Prevent outbreak in Colorado. So we have enough masks? We do. Only 407. Okay, we'll send masks there. Anywhere else we can send some masks? What about like Hawaii? No. What about like Alaska?